What's up, guys? My name is Skill87, and today I'm reviewing Infamous 2 for the PlayStation 3. Before you play this game, before you even watch this review, if you have not played Infamous 1, if you have not beaten that shit, do yourself a favor, go to the PlayStation Network store, hit that big welcome back button, and download Infamous 1. It is one of the PS3's better exclusives. It's an outstanding open world experience. Very fucking fun game. A lot of people have, misinterpreted the game for being a Grand Theft Auto superpowers. No, far from it. It is an excellent open world parkour action game. Fucking sick. You gotta play Infamous 1. It had its issues, alright? I personally didn't like a lot about Infamous 1, but I still think it's an excellent game. You can get an entirely, it's like a fucking 10-15 hour game for free on PSN. You can literally download the entire Infamous 1 for free as part of Sony's PSN Welcome Back package. Alright, you beat that game, then you go out and get this game, alright? And you will not be disappointed. This game is the fucking truth. This is, in now, my top 5, top PS3 games. It is one of my favorite games. It is one of the best games I have played, period. It is fucking outstanding. Everything wrong with Infamous 1 has been redone and fucking polished and mastered in Infamous 2. Infamous 1, I felt there was a lack of powers. I felt that a lot of the side missions were boring. I felt that the AI was retarded. I felt the AI enemies looked stupid. There were just a lot of things I personally didn't like about Infamous 1, even though it was an awesome game. And everything has been fixed in Infamous 2. It is crazy how fucking awesome this game is. It is insane how fucking awesome this game is. Such a huge improvement. Like Sucker Punch literally fixed everything I hated about Infamous 1. Literally, I don't dislike anything about this game. The only negative about this game is a couple technical issues, and that's it. That's just technical issues. As far as the game itself, it's wonderful. Out fucking standing. So let's get down to this review, alright? There is no point in just being around the bush. This game is excellent. It's a must buy. Definitely. Let's get down to the review. You are Cole McGrath, alright? A spoiler alert if you haven't fucking played Infamous 1. You are Cole McGrath, and this game takes place right after Infamous 1. You get to a new city of New Marais. You're gonna do some crazy ass shit. And basically the game's about the beast is coming, alright? Cole McGrath needs to defeat the beast. He doesn't know what the fucking beast is. He's all like, who the hell is this beast and shit? But he's coming. He's here to wreak havoc and destruction. As the game progresses, you're gonna get little messages. The beast is so-and-so, this close to New Marais. And basically you gotta start over. You lose all your powers, you gotta start over from scratch. And you have to obtain blast cores throughout the entire game of Infamous 2 to use an RFI, which you will then, at the end of the game, use to, stop the beast or do whatever you want with it. But you're basically starting over. If you get all your powers back, you're gonna meet, you're gonna be fighting against the militia. You're gonna be fighting against some fucking crazy mercenaries. You're gonna fight alongside the rebels. In this game, you have ice and fire powers with electricity. It is fucking sick. The characters you meet are all fucking memorable. And this entire experience is a lot smoother, and it makes a lot more sense than Infamous 1. A lot is explained. There's a lot more feeling in this game. Cole McGrath has more character now. He really feels like an urban superhero. They did an excellent job making a player really like this character. Cole McGrath talks a lot more in this game, and what he has to say is he isn't all emo and over the top serious as he was in Infamous 1. Infamous 2, he has that more urban city boy feeling damn, let's do this and shit. He doesn't ever come off as super cocky. He doesn't ever come off like he thinks he's unstoppable. He actually has a really good voice actor, a really good script to the point where you would think that this is just an everyday city boy who has now powers and shit and is doing what he can to make things right. And as you progress through the game, depending on whether you play as a hero or a bad guy, if you play as a hero, Cole McGrath stands like a hero, acts like a hero. His powers are more based on what a hero would use. And if you're a bad guy, he has this evil, crazy monotone look to him. He looks evil. The shit that comes out of his mouth is all whoa and shit. It's really fucking awesome. The story's great. And in terms of being a story based for a superhero, it's fucking excellent, actually. Don't expect nothing like Grand Theft Auto-ish or anything like L.A. Noire-ish. The story's about a superhero, alright? Going from fucking zero to hero to stop the, upcoming fucking the beast and shit. You're gonna like the story. It works very well. So the story's gonna get the fucking insta pass from me. Let's talk about the graphics. The graphics are hit and miss. The graphics are a huge improvement over Infamous 1. Right? And when I talk graphics, I don't just mean what you see visually on your screen. Graphics have to do with frame rate. Graphics have to do with coloring. Graphics have to do with debris, everything, the engine. When I talk about graphics, I'm gonna talk about a lot. But the graphics, visually, what you see is a huge fucking improvement. Infamous 1, everything had a really bright look to it. Everything looked kind of plastic-like. And the animations were a mixed bag. Infamous 2, the graphics look absolutely fucking wonderful. All right, these are PS3 graphics. Like Infamous 1 didn't really have that PS3 feel to it. Infamous 2 really has that look to it, like, oh shit, this is a fucking sexy ass game, right? The coloring in the game is fucking wonderful. All right, in terms of the engine, like, there's destructible environments now. Not that they're fucking like over the top like Bad Company. They're more scripted than anything. But when you use shit like this fucking, you have like an attack that's like a huge ass tornado, you see debris flying everywhere, cars go all over the motherfucking place, like parts of buildings break and shit. It's wonderful, the graphics engine. Now, in terms of frame rate, there is minor frame rate dipping in this game. When there's too much chaos on the screen, the frame rate tends to dip down a little bit. Never to the point where it's actually distracting, but it is in a sense noticeable. And when you're using certain attacks, like as you progress through the game, you're going to get a lightning attack, where if you hold L1 and hold R1, it's basically like a machine gun effect with your lightning. And the frame rate seems to drop for whatever reason when you use it. Not bad, but just to the point where you can actually say, oh shit, it's actually dropping. This is very minor. That's one of the few very technical issues of Infamous DOS. Very minor. But in terms of graphics, games looks a lot better than Infamous 1. Now, in terms of animations, Cole McGrath, the main character, looks amazing. His character model looks amazing. His animations are fucking outstanding. Other minor major characters such as Zeke, Nyx, and Quo, they look good, but the facial animations could have been better. And then when it comes down to the civilians, they don't look as good as they should have, looked. When you go up to a civilian and you do a side mission, the civilians look like they have like a fake mustache. The glasses don't exactly look like they're part of them. They look like different pieces of models put together to create a civilian. They don't actually look like a straight up one big character model. Like Cole McGrath looks like you can take his character model seriously. As civilians, they look like they're just like randomly put together with tools and shit. That's alright. So the graphics, like I said, are hit and miss. The roll around looks great. The animations of the main characters are excellent, but the civilians look really lame. I gotta admit that. But other than that, big improvement over Infamous 1. In terms of the soundtrack is actually fucking awesome. All right, I didn't like Cole McGrath's voice actor first, but then I grew to actually like the way he sounded. The voice acting in this game is out fucking standing. The soundtrack has a real nice urban fucking feel to it. Like, the soundtrack's really good. The game, if you get the soundtrack of the game, I listen to all the sound, the music, the fucking score and shit. And the game really has like this very unique urban style soundtrack going with it. It's really good. Really fucking good. It really fits with the whole superhero open world kind of thing they're going for in Infamous 2. They don't have that. They don't have no crazy rock music, no crazy rap. It just has like this crazy, the real nice urban feel to the soundtrack. So the sound effects, fucking A-okay with me. The controls are smooth, responsive, and they're excellent, right? Typical controls, very similar to Infamous 1, but now since you have a large plethora of you have a large shitload of fucking, of attacks and electricity and fire. So when it comes down to, utilizing all these powers and shit, let's say you want to switch, powers on the fly, you simply hold the left D-pad, and then from there, you press certain buttons to change what powers you want to use. The controls are very responsive. You're never going to have issues with the controls. The controls in general, just like Infamous 1, are just spot on. Not really much to talk about. The controls just work. That's all you really need to know. Let's talk about the gameplay, the heart and soul of this game. The gameplay in this game is wonderful, all right? Wonderful. You feel like a total badass in this game. Not only this game, right? This game is a nice mixture of different genres all in one. The Infamous series is open world, it's action, and it's parkour. People don't know what parkour is. That's those people that jump from building to building, and they do some, they have a lot of heart in them. I wouldn't ever do that shit. They jump from rooftop to rooftop. That's called a parkour experience. Now there are other games that offer a parkour experience. You got the Uncharted series, but the Uncharted series has that Hollywood parkour experience. Then you have Assassin's Creed. The Assassin's Creed series tends to go for the more realistic parkour experience. It's very slow paced in Assassin's Creed, very realistic. In Infamous, it is a very fast-paced parkour experience. Cole McGrath has no issues fucking literally hopping up ledges and shit, jumping off buildings at a very fast pace. As soon as the game starts, you're given the boost ability, you can glide and shit, and jumping from building to building is very fun. The amount of powers you have at your disposal are fucking amazing. You never get bored with all these powers. You have so many different powers now, it's crazy. Each button, you got the blast attack, the wave attack. Like, one of my favorite attacks is holding L1 and pressing X as a bad guy, and you shoot some kind of fucking, red ball of fucking wind. I'm all like, Hadouken and shit. It's fucking awesome. depending on if you're playing a hero or a bad guy, your powers really represent what you're playing as. Like your good guy powers tend to like not be all explosive and shit, and the bad guy powers tend to be all about wrecking havoc. And your ice powers seem to be more along the lines of defense and shit like that, and the fire powers more along the lines of fucking annihilation. All right. In Infamous 1, gaining new powers is relatively retarded. You get to go through the sewers and just do all this dumb shit to acquire new powers. Infamous Dose forces players to utilize all the newly acquired powers to unlock more powers. And as you progress through missions, you gain experience points. Use these experience points to buy, specific powers, and while other powers are obtained through just simply using your other powers. On top of that, depending on what rank you want to be a good guy or a bad guy, you unlock a different selection of powers depending on how you play. So if you play along the lines of a good guy, you unlock stuff that powers based along the lines of being a good guy. And then you will not have access to the bad guy powers. Therefore, you must beat the game twice. Right? You can't do that neutral shit. You must beat the game twice. One is good, one is bad, to unlock specific trophies and do with specific powers and shit. And what's cool is on your second playthrough, the game keeps track of everything. So you can play as a good guy your first time, bad guy your second time. The game will tell you, you need this to complete the game. It's fucking awesome. In terms of side missions, missions in general, side missions and regular missions are all very fucking entertaining. Never do I get bored. Did I ever get bored playing this fucking game? Right? In terms of the online, you can create your own missions. That Little Big Planet shit is an Infamous Dose, and unlike Little Big Planet, it's not gay. Therefore, it's awesome. It's manly. It's fucking awesome. You get to create user-generated missions, and it's crazy because I'm playing these fucking missions, right? And they're just as good as the fucking actual missions made by Sucker Punch in the actual main game itself. I'm playing user-generated missions, fighting waves of enemies. This dude created like a fucking 30-minute mission where it actually had a story to it. It's fucking awesome, right? There's several trophies for playing online. There's a trophy for making your own mission. There's a trophy for playing 5, new missions made by people. There's a trophy for playing 10 different online missions. There's a trophy for playing 25 different online missions, all right? And I'm going for all these trophies. All I literally have to do to get the platinum now is do 15 more user-generated missions and beat the game in hard mode as an evil guy. And then I'll have the platinum. That's how much I fucking love this game. I'm playing this game like a fucking monster. I love this game. This game, right? The missions are so to the point. They're so slick. In Infamous 1, like, you had a lot of pointless side missions. Like, the fucking pace in the game was always broken down. You would get bored playing Infamous 1. Infamous 2, all the missions are very action-packed, straightforward, straight to the point, just fucking wreak havoc, do all types of crazy shit. You don't gotta be doing going through, like, sewers and all this other nonsense. Gaining new powers is a blast. Whatever. But gaining new powers is a blast. It's an excellent, fun fucking game. Do not skip Infamous 2. Play Infamous 1. You're gonna play Infamous 1 and be like, okay, this was a good game. It was fun. You're gonna play Infamous 2 and be like, oh shit, this is a really good game. What the fuck? I'm gonna give this game the ranking that Ultimate General loves to give typical PS3 exclusives. We're going to give Infamous Dose of PS3 the score of Africa, 9.5. This game is a must play. Do not skip this bitch. Like I said, the graphics are hit and miss. Major improvement over Infamous 1, but there's a couple minor things here and there. There's minor frame rate dipping. I mentioned that. Soundtrack is excellent. Controls are excellent. The gameplay is fucking phenomenal. All right. On top of that, if you got the Hero Edition, you got the DLC. There's different skins for fucking Cole, right? There's a Kessler skin, a Reaper skin, a fucking Samurai sword, a big club, a golden amp. And what's cool is, let's say you want to use the Kessler skin or the Reaper skin, they actually gave the character a lot of detail. And depending on if you're in a cutscene that utilizes the in-game engine, Cole will keep the skin on and the mouth will move perfectly. Like, they really programmed the extra skin, not to just be extra skins, but to actually, you can utilize them throughout the entire game and still feel like it's the actual main character model. A lot of attention to detail to small things like that. Really appreciate. One more thing I forgot to mention. Once in a while, Cole will get stuck on the fucking environment. But like that's a very minor technical issue. It's an open world game. Glitches like that are all, they're in every game is open world. There's minor technical issues like that. There's never going to be a perfect open world game. There's just too much going on. But other than that, very minor technical issues. Very fucking awesome game. Very polished. Great job, Sucker Punch. You did excellent with this game. This game is fucking phenomenal. I'm loving every second of it. I'm on my second playthrough. I absolutely love this fucking game. The ice powers, the fire powers, electricity, the ability to switch powers on the fly, the different types of abilities, defensive, offensive, the different side missions, the user-generated missions, add tons of replay value to the fucking game. This game is out fucking standing. One of PS3's best exclusives. It's now part of my top 5 best PS3 games. Africa score 9.5. Get this shit. Alright? Everything I just stated will be in the video description below. Thank you for watching this video. Give me a fucking thumbs up. Yay, because I love them. And catch you guys next video. Peace. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to start doing videos on my weight loss, giving you guys some tips. I'm going to talk about how I lost weight. And, you know, people that are generally as fat as I was, I'm hoping I can, help you get, a jump start and shit. I'm not a fucking trainer. I'm not anything like that. But I did lose 90 pounds. So I get questions and shit how I did it. So I'm going to share the information. I think my first video, I'm going to talk about the supplements I take. The next video, I'm going to talk about what I eat and shit. But yeah, that's for another video. That's for another day. Like I said, catch you guys next video once again. And peace. Birch!